we are back at my home stable causing mischief and mayhem as per usual, but I really need to get this off my chest. Why haven't we gotten the new road mat yet? By the time I'm gonna post this, it's probably gonna be out by now, but I recently checked last night because I'm playing this on a Sunday, and I checked Saturday night to see if the new road map would be here already.
And it's not, and I don't know why.
But that's not the topic of today's video. Obviously, this is like a part 2 of me basically telling you guys what kind of horses I like and don't like. The first video was basically me telling you guys all the horses that I regret buying / having. And in this video, I have quite a bit of horses that I am actually quite happy that I bought, and I'd probably go back and buy more. So we're gonna start off fresh with Angel Wings over here, which is my Belgian. Oh my gosh, I should really change my Reshade. But we have my Belgian warmblood over here, one of my favorite Belgian warmbloods. I honestly like all the Belgian warmbloods breed. I love this gray coat right here. Even though there's not much going on, it works for this breed for some reason. I really like that. I like the pink muzzle. I think I picked one of my favorites. I also like the other one. Which one was that? It was the Palomino one with the light hair. I'll make sure to insert a picture, but I also like that one. I really like the contrast that it has going on. I really like Palomino horses with that kind of contrast. It really makes the horses very like unique and defined in my opinion, and I really like that. So that's why the Belgian warmbloods are one of my favorite breeds. I love them, and I feel like I'm kind of biased because most of these breeds that I have here for display today are mostly the newer generation 3 horses. And even though the Belgian warmbloods have been around for a while since our old characters, but I just feel as if the Belgian warmbloods, like I said, they have like this realistic tone to them. They don't have such huge eyeballs. They're not like, they're still obviously like a cartoonish game, but not too cartoonish, and I really like that with this breed. I like how they can keep it realistic in some parts and keep it really like game friendly in others, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's really making sense to you guys. Completely an utter side note though, I'm wondering if two things about this horse. I don't know if this horse specifically has heterochromia. I know that Star Stable has been doing that a lot with their horses, but I don't know if that's a mistake or if it's something that's for this horse, because I've been seeing it on a lot of horses and I can't tell if it's like an actual like mistake or glitch or if it's just part of the horse. Another thing, why does the bow look so low on this horse? Like usually I thought it was up here, like at that intersection, but I guess not. Why am I getting off track? Let's get back on track. This is my Dutch warmblood Cloud, which I did get from the Rainbow Festival. Cloud Kingdom. Well, Cloud Kingdom wasn't here last year, so I guess Rainbow Festival, they were, I think 2024's new addition to the Rainbow festivities. This horse, I love the Dutch warmbloods. I love their build. I am such a sucker for like horses that are like medium or like giraffe. I'm not a huge fan of when they're like extremely skinny, though I don't have a horse to really like show you guys. I think the closest to like a very skinny build of a horse would be the Dartmoors. They're pretty chunky around the edges, but for the most part they have a pretty slim build. I think even the Corellos have a bit of a slim build, but they're a little chunky around the rear end. What other one? I think also the American Saddlebred is also one of them. So I'm not a huge fan of like very skinny horses. I like them a little thick. It's very weird to say, but I do like a horse that's pretty like thick around the edges. They're not too thin, but they're not too fat either, if that makes sense. Like they're not obesity size. Anyway, I love the Dutch warmblood. I specifically like this coat here. I love the Dutch warmbloods, guys. I remember when the Dutch warmbloods first initially came out, and this was close to when we got our new characters as well. And honestly, I just love all the Dutch warmbloods, to be honest. There's no coat that I really, except for that chestnut. I've never been a fan of the chestnuts in game. I don't even think I like chestnuts in real life. I've seen a lot of people ride a lot of chestnut horses in the game, and they look good. They genuinely look good. It's probably because of the reshape that they're using or whatever tack set that they're wearing with that horse that makes it look good. But I just know if I went out of my way to buy that horse, I'm not going to like it because I know I don't like this coat color. But I definitely love this breed. Again, one of the newer horses, the new generation 3 horses. Look at the detail. Like, oh my gosh. I think I talked about this when I did the review on the Dutch warmbloods, with the details on the muzzle, on the body. Like, you can tell they put a lot of time into this horse, a lot of even small details like that, like even like the star in the middle of his forehead, which you won't even be able to see if you're from far away, but when you look closely you can see the amount of care and detail they've put into these horses, and I really love that, what Star Stable's doing with that at least. The next one is Spring, my American saddlebred. I love this coat of the American saddlebred. Honestly, the American saddlebred is a perfect example of like a very skinny horse, but honestly it works for this breed. It really does work. Okay, I don't know why it's all the way in the back, but it really does work for this breed for what it is. It really is just, I love their coat options. Even the chestnut for this horse specifically looks really good. I've seen it already. I don't want it, but I've seen it and it looks really good, and I'm like contemplating, should I get it? It looks better than the Dutch warmbloods.
Chestnut coat, sue me.
Some people may hate that idea in the comments, but hey, I gotta speak facts. I gotta speak truth here. I really actually love the chestnut coat on this breed. And honestly, like I said, one of the newer breeds of Generation 3, and it looks really good. I'm really just loving like the small details on these new horses. Like on the older horses, yeah, they had distinctive features and stuff, but they obviously didn't have a lot of depth as the new horses do. And I really admire that with the new horses. I feel like even though like not the Dutch, but the Belgian warmblood, even though that's a still old Generation 3 breed, they put so much detail into it that I honestly can't tell. Like it still holds up today's standards of Star Stable. The next one I have here is my Orchard, one of my favorite Selle français in the game. I love this coat. I love like this flea bitten coat on horses. It's a very basic coat, and I feel like it's very common on some horses just because like it's very simple, but it looks like it has like freckles. I love the Selle français. I specifically with the Selle français love like their like idle movement like that. I think they were one of the few Generation 3 horses that had like, they move without their like out of the confines of their bounds, if that makes sense. Like usually some horses have that idle movement where they kind of just step out a little bit, but they don't go fully out like the Selle français. The Selle français idle animation goes out of their comfort zone. Like look at that. Like if you put them next to other horses, they will literally ram into other horses. Like compared to other horses here, they don't have as much movement, and the Selle français is one of the horses that have that. Even though you can see right next door my American saddlebred doing almost the exact same thing. They move around a lot and they look a lot more realistic. Like look at that. I keep talking about it, but that's what I really love about the Selle français and a bunch of these other horses on the list. Not a lot of horses have that idle animation where they just move around like that, so I love that. But I also love how with the Selle français horses, when they run, looking at them from a back view perspective, I love how their butt kind of goes in a circle a little bit. Like if you've seen, I love that little I don't know if that's an animation or that little movement that they do. I love that for the Selle français. They really do have a very interesting run. When I did my review on them, I did talk about it a little bit, but you can't go wrong with the Selle français. Honestly, they have really good coats. I love their build. It's a skinny horse, but it's not a bad horse either. My Mustang, one of my favorite Mustangs, Walnut. We have the Mustangs, which I think came out in 2024 as well. I'm not sure, guys. A lot of things happened in 2024 and I can't remember everything, but I'm sure this horse came out in 2024. But as you can see, yeah, this horse specifically, it does go out of its bound a little bit, but not as much as the Selle français and the American quarter horse, the American saddlebred, but it definitely has some very interesting movements. I like how it kind of gives like almost granny vibes, or like it's like old a little bit. And I think this was one of the horse's special movements that were very different. They had that bucking style horse movement, I guess, and I really like that. Obviously they do have a lot more details. I love the way that this horse runs. I love its face. I love the Mustangs, guys. The Mustangs have a special place in my heart. Abyss Beauty, oh my gosh, guys, if you've seen my video on the bazaar about me buying these beauties, I love the Tennessee Walks. They are one of the old Generation 3 horses. but they are one of my favorite Generation 3 horses. I can't say this enough. I feel like they're just perfect for me. Like, obviously they have a slim build, but I kind of like that. It works for some horses. Some horses it works for them, and the other times it does look a little bit wonky, like the Connemara. They are considered ponies, and they have a very skinny build, but they look very long. Like, same with the Corellos. They're skinny, but they're very long and skinny, so it kind of looks weird. That doesn't mean I hate it, but it just looks weird. But for this, it works. It's a skinny build. So I think when I got Lifetime Star Rider, this was my second horse that I bought next to my Jorvik pony. And guys, I love the Tennessee Walkers. If you've seen that video, and I know a lot of people have, if you've seen that video of me buying all of the Tennessee Walkers from the bazaar, I literally bought the entire set. This is the only breed that I have the entire coat set for, and that's saying a lot, because usually I love the breed but not enough to buy every single coat, and this is literally the only horse in my stables that I have all the coats for. I love this breed so much. I love like the walk, I love the canter, even though it kind of looks like a rocking horse, it works. I love this horse so much, guys. I don't think you guys understand. I don't know what it is about the Tennessee Walkers. I think it's because of its skinny build, or it's because of its unique canter. I don't know, guys. I can't explain it to you because there's just so much features that I love about this horse that I can't really go into detail about, because I don't know why specifically I like the Tennessee Walkers, but they're just one of my favorite breeds. I don't know, like the Tennessee Walkers, they don't have a special move or a special gait or anything, and that's okay. That's what makes them pretty for me, is that they don't have that extra stuff, because sometimes some horses don't need it, because I don't use it, but I really do. I love the Tennessee Walkers. Okay, now here is the first Corello I bought when the Corellos came out. Woody, which I trained up to level 15. Like I said, this is a very skinny build of a horse, but obviously it looks very long. Like, looking at it from the side, it looks very long, but that's not really a problem for me. I feel like I really do like this breed for what it is. I love its coats, I love its animations. I even like its idle animation that I just did there. Even though it doesn't do too much, I still like it. I also like the special gait that they have, or special move. I honestly don't know what their special move is. I couldn't tell you. I completely forgot. I know it's not a draft horse, so it doesn't have that Shire / Arden special move or special gait. I don't know what this horse does, actually. I have to go check. Okay, yeah, they do like this little spinning thing that you have with the quarter horses and the American paint horses, which I really like. I like this horse. That's all I really have to say about it. I can't really say it's my favorite. Next we have Twinkle Frost, which is obviously an old Generation 3 horse. I'm pretty sure it's the English thoroughbred, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. And this one was the one that I got on, what was it? During the Equestrian Festival of last year, 2024 or 2023 Equestrian Festival. I don't know. 2024. I think it was the end of 2023 that I got this horse, and I leveled it up to level 15. Honestly, I just love the English thoroughbreds like build. Obviously, they do lean into more of that cartoonish build with the big eyes and some of the unrealistic movements, but it really works for this horse. Even the mouth movements, I don't know, for some reason it really works for this horse. I love this horse's run. I love everything about this horse. Honestly, it's not my favorite, but I do really love this horse. Next, we have one of my favorite American quarter horses, one of my favorite Western horses, Tin. I think this is the first, if I had to pick my top Western horse breeds, I'll definitely have to say that goes to the American paint horses, because I really just honestly love their build. I love this American paint horse specifically because of the heart on its butt. This is the only reason why I bought this horse. I like the coat, but I really do like the hidden hearts on horses. I like what Star Stable's been doing with like hidden like on certain horses, they have like hidden hearts somewhere. Sometimes it's on their legs, sometimes it's on their butt, sometimes it's hiding underneath their forelock, and I really like that. So this is like the top Western breed for me. My top English breed, I mean, it could be the Selle français, because that can be considered an English riding breed as well, even though some people use it for dressage. But I really do like the Selle français, so maybe that can be my English. This is my top Western, and well, this one as well. But you know, I'm getting off track. But I love this breed very much. Even though, like, did you guys see the little animation it did with its tongue where it just sticked out? This is a very funny looking breed, but it still works for today's generation, like, especially with the big eyes. Honestly, this horse looks so cute to me. I like how it sticks its tongue out like that. Did you guys see that? That's so cute. Oh, my Sapphire. This was 2024's or 2023's Halloween horse and the Haflinger. This is my favorite Haflinger. I love the non-magical coat on this Haflinger. There's a lot of Haflingers that I have, but this one is my most favorite coat. I love like the two-toned different socks going on, and I love the speckle details. Even though this is not a realistic horse coat on this breed specifically, I don't really care. It works for this horse. I love the muzzle feature here. Like, look at that. That's so cute. It's eyelashes, and again, it still leans into the very big eyes and kind of like big build for what Star Stable was in the past, but it just works on certain horses and it makes them look cute rather than weird. I can't say the same for the Knabstruppers because having big hooves, big eyes, and just everything else makes it look weird to me. So that's why I don't like the Knabstruppers as much. And I keep comparing the Knabstrupper because I feel like they're like the only example that I can think of that has like an overly cartoonish look, and they look excruciatingly funny to me. Like, they look funny, and funky. Same with like the Jorvik Friesian, but they're not, in my opinion, the Jorvik Friesian is not as bad as the Knabstruppers, mainly because of the big hooves and everything. And I feel like with the Jorvik Friesians, it works a lot better because they are a bigger breed compared to the Knabstruppers, in my opinion. Next up, we have the Friesians, which need I say more? Obviously, this is toothless. The newest Friesians added in 2024. I just love the Friesians. I don't really like the Jorvik Friesians, as I stated before, but the newer and improved Friesians I really like. I like its idle animations. I like the furry hooves. I just feel like they really did take their time with this breed. With the amount of details added to the face, the muzzle, the actual coat of some of the horses, you can tell that they put a lot of detail into it, and its mane and tail. Look how long and luscious it is. Even though I complained about how the Jorvik Friesians ran with their hair in the wind, it looked like it defined like all laws of physics and gravity. Like, I didn't like how the Jorvik Friesians ran with their hair like long like this. It looked weird to me. But with these Friesians, I don't mind having their mane like free like this because it looks really good and it works for this breed. I honestly can't get over how the new dragon horses, when they yawn, I don't know if all the Friesians do that or it's specifically with these dragon horses where they yawn kind of like...
They yawn like me when I wake up in the morning.
No, but seriously, they look very like realistic in that sense when they yawn like that. I don't know if all the Friesians do that or it's just with the dragon horses because I have not seen it or checked yet, but I love that for them. I honestly love that for them. Vanilla Cake is my Irish cob, and this is one of the old Generation 3 horses. I actually do have okay, sassy much. I actually do have like, I did talk about this a little bit where I did go ahead and buy some of the Irish cobs when they went on sale at the bazaar, and I have a few of them. I think I have like 3. This is my 3rd one, and the first one is the one that I bought on the app. The gray speckled one is the one that I got off the app, and then I bought the other 2 at the bazaar, or the other 3, I don't know. But honestly, even though I don't really like the Irish cobs like gaits, I'm not a fan of the Irish cobs gait, but I love a good chunky build, and you'll see a couple of other chunky builds on this list as well. But I really do admire me a good chunky build, and even though an Irish cob for me, I don't like their gaits that much and their mane style. This is the only mane style on the Irish cobs that look good. I don't like the braids. I don't like that. And even though they are an old breed, they have a lot of sass to them. I feel like the old Generation 3 horses, they had a lot of personality without having a lot of personality, if that makes sense. Like some old Generation 3 horses, like this one for example, they whack their hair back and forth, as you can see. Like, look at that, just so much sass and so much like attitude. Like, I love that for this breed. Even the Jorvik Friesians, which I don't like to speak on a lot, but even the Jorvik Friesians, Again, they weren't really liked by the community, but you cannot deny they had like a very sassy attitude as if they owned the world or something. Oh geez. Okay, I think we have like, yeah, we have 3 more. Next we have my Appaloosa West. Honestly, I just love all the Appaloosa's models. They are a good breed for me. That's all I can really say. I don't hate them, but I don't think I 100% like them either. But yeah, like I said, the Appaloosas, I don't hate them as a breed. They are an interesting breed to me. I say interesting, but not in a bad way, kind of interesting. They're just very interesting. I don't really know what else to really say about this. Next, we have my Dartmoor pony, which is the only pony on this list that I actually consider to be a good horse breed, even though these do have very big eyeballs, but I feel like it works, and I love its mane style. I like this coat specifically. I really do like this coat, this like silver bay. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to name this coat, but I really do like this coat. Honestly, like I said, this is the only pony on this list that I can actually like get down with riding because I don't ride a lot of ponies. Another one that I would have put on the list would have been my Welsh ponies, but I don't know, for some reason there's not really a Welsh pony that I could think of that I actually really like. Like I said, I've always said this in every single video that has to include ponies. I don't ride ponies, and that's mainly because with our characters, our new characters, they look weird on a pony. Like, it just doesn't look like we're meant to ride the ponies around like this. Like, it doesn't look right. It looks like our body weight would like crush the ponies at impact. So I just don't feel like the ponies look right when we have our characters, especially our newer characters, riding them. And the last one on my list, which is kind of interesting, is Little Lynn, my Shire. Honestly, guys, I love the Shires. The Shires are my favorite draft horse. I have to say, yes, they are an old generation 3 horse, but they are a special horse in my opinion. They are a very select few of draft horses that really make me excited. I love their gaits. I love all their coats. Even some of their mane tail styles and everything look really nice. I might need to change, now that I'm thinking of it, now that I'm actually looking at it, I might need to change my mane style for this horse, but it just works. The braids work for this horse, not as much as the Irish Cobb's braids. They look kind of funky and weird. On the Shire, they look a lot more better and cleaner in my opinion, and I love that for them. I love their hooves. I love like the fur on their hooves. I like how the amount of detail they have. I can't say anything bad about this breed. I love this breed a lot, guys, and there's no Shire that I really hate. I pretty much have all the Shires. I'm pretty sure I have all the Shires, even the ones except for the chestnut one that we got with the medieval event. Otherwise, this might be my second horse that I have almost all of the coats for, which says a lot. Like, for me personally, I have to really like a horse a lot to want to get all of its coats. And even though there's a lot of honorable mentions and horses that I could name that can go into that category, it's just I don't have all of their like coat colors. I don't really want all of them. They don't look good to me, but I think this have to be my second horse that I have all of their coats for, that, so that speaks for itself, and I really like that. But then we have some honorable mentions, which are my black Mustang and my black Dutch warmblood, but they're not part of today's little view today, but I have them in the back because of reasons. But I think that's gonna be it. As I always say at the end of these videos, that these have been my own opinions. Let me know down below your guys' opinions of my favorite horse, and if you can agree or disagree, let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye everyone.